I am Hamidullah Wazir and welcome to my channel, The Global Times.
Today, we discuss the highly sensitive US-Iran confrontation. After the fragile Pakistan-brokered ceasefire offered a glimmer of hope, the winds of war have returned with a vengeance, fueled by uncertainty caused by Washington's shifting signals. We'll look at reports of maritime tensions around the Strait of Hormuz, alleged violations affecting the truce, and how these developments risk pulling the region toward a wider conflict with global consequences. Most importantly, we'll examine Pakistan's persistent diplomatic efforts to keep dialogue alive and prevent escalation. Stay with us till the end for a clear breakdown of the latest developments and why. This moment could determine whether the path ahead leads to renewed crisis or a chance for lasting peace. The Strait of Hormuz stands on the edge of a dangerous storm as political volatility, military posturing, and fragile diplomacy collide. Trump's shifting somersault rhetoric has deepened mistrust, while Iran and regional actors harden their positions amid rising threats to global shipping routes. From Hormuz to Bab al-Mandeb, the world's vital chokepoints risk becoming flashpoints of confrontation. Yet in the middle of escalating tensions, Pakistan emerges as a rare channel of dialogue, quietly pushing for restraint and renewed talks. The next hours may decide whether the region moves toward wider conflict or a narrow path back to peace. Pakistan is now the world's last best hope, as Islamabad prepares to host a high-stakes second round of talks that could either avert a global catastrophe or mark the beginning of an unstoppable war. The Trump somersault, diplomacy by whim. In a single day, the world witnessed the dizzying inconsistency of the Trump administration. 1 hour, the president is praising a reopened strait. The next, he is threatening to knock out every single power plant and bridge in Iran. This whimsical approach has shattered trust. US negotiators are reportedly landing in Pakistan today, but they arrive under the shadow of a president who alternates between no more Mr. Nice Guy threats and claims that a deal is very close. For the global community, this is no longer the art of the deal. It is a dangerous game of maritime Russian roulette that threatens to incinerate the hard-won ceasefire. The transgressors. Israel's disregard for law. As Washington vacillates its primary ally, Israel continues to act as a regional aggressor with total disregard for international ethics. Just days into a supposed de-escalation, the Israeli military published maps of new deployment lines inside Lebanon, seizing control of dozens of abandoned villages. Defense Minister Israel Katz has openly ordered the demolition of homes, further proving that for the current coalition, ceasefires are merely tactical pauses for further expansion. This blatant violation of Lebanese sovereignty is the fuel feeding the fire of Iranian and Houthi retaliation. Adding to the fire, Yemen's Houthi movement has widened the crisis, threatening the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. We are looking at a potential total blockade of two of the world's three most vital shipping chokepoints. While President Masoud Pezeshkian claims Iran does not seek an expanded war, the total violation accusations from Trump are making dialogue nearly impossible. The Iranian president emphasized the importance of dialogue and peaceful engagement at a time of heightened regional instability. However, he also cautioned that while Tehran supports diplomacy, distrust of the enemy and continued vigilance in interactions remain an undeniable necessity. Iran Foreign Ministry says America not serious about pursuing diplomacy. Iran's foreign ministry says that the United States is not serious about pursuing diplomacy, citing what it called violations of their 2-week ceasefire. While claiming diplomacy and readiness for negotiations, the US is carrying out behaviors that do not in any way indicate seriousness in pursuing a diplomatic process, said ministry spokesman Esmail Bakai in a weekly press briefing. Esmail Bakai says Iran has informed the Pakistani mediator of the US's violation of the ceasefire. Al Jazeera reports, US violated the ceasefire agreement by imposing a naval blockade on us, Bakai said during a press conference. China voices concern over US seizure of Iranian cargo ship, urges further talks. China has expressed concern over the forced interception by the US of an Iranian-flagged cargo ship, a Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson said, urging relevant parties to abide by the ceasefire agreement in a responsible manner. Reuters reports, the situation in the Strait of Hormuz is sensitive and complicated, said spokesman Gua Jiakun during a regular press briefing. Pakistan, the lone pillar of peace. Amidst this chaos, the role of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Pakistan's diplomatic corps has been nothing short of heroic. Islamabad is currently a fortress, the red zone is sealed, and US C-17 transport planes have been spotted landing at Nur Khan Air Base. Pakistan remains the only country in the world effectively bridging the gap between a volatile Washington and a defiant Tehran. Despite conflicting reports about whether Iran will even show up for the second round due to Trump's flip-flop approach, Islamabad's quiet, persistent mediation is the only thing keeping the fragile ceasefire alive. The time for flip-flop politics is over. More responsibility now lies on the United States than ever before. If President Trump wishes to be seen as a world leader rather than a regional disruptor, he must shun the impulsive rhetoric and embrace the maturity required to avert a disastrous war. As foreign delegations gather in Islamabad, the message from the streets of Pakistan to the halls of power in DC and Tehran is clear: demonstrate restraint, respect human rights, and honor the law. The world cannot afford your ego. As the world watches the Strait of Hormuz and the Bab al-Mandeb, attention now turns to Islamabad, where the next chapter may be written not by threats, but by talks. The coming hours will show whether escalation or engagement sets the tone. For now, cautious diplomacy and the hope of a durable peace remains alive. If you found this report insightful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. We also welcome your thoughts. Drop a comment below and join the conversation as we promote peace and work toward making the world a better place to live.